My beloved child, Archangel Michael says, there is a reason your heart became still for a moment before this message reached your eyes. There is a reason you have been noticing certain patterns, certain feelings, and certain moments that seem impossible to explain. Something has been trying to reach you again and again, and today the message is becoming clearer than ever before. You have seen this sign before. You noticed it during a quiet moment when nobody else was paying attention. You noticed it when life seemed ordinary and predictable. You noticed it when you were focused on something completely different, yet something deep within you suddenly awakened. The first time, you dismissed it. The second time, you doubted it. The third time, you told yourself it was probably nothing. Yet the sign continued to appear. Not because you were imagining it, but because some messages are too important to disappear after only one attempt. Some guidance refuses to leave because it carries something your spirit needs to hear. For many days you have felt a strange pull toward change. Part of you has wanted to move forward, while another part has been afraid of what that forward movement might bring. This inner struggle has exhausted you more than you realize. Your spirit has been standing at the edge of a new season. A season that requires courage. A season that requires trust. A season that requires you to stop pretending you do not see what has been right in front of you. There are blessings approaching that cannot enter while you remain attached to old fears. There are opportunities moving toward you that require a different version of yourself. The version of you that is constantly second-guessing every step cannot fully receive what is coming. The sign appeared because you needed confirmation. The sign appeared because you needed reassurance. The sign appeared because heaven saw the battle taking place inside your heart. Type Amen 111 if this message resonates with your heart. My child, there have been moments recently when you felt completely misunderstood. You carried burdens that nobody else could see. You smiled in front of people while carrying concerns you never spoke about aloud. Yet every silent tear was noticed. Every hidden disappointment was seen. Every sleepless night was counted. Nothing about your journey has been invisible. The sign keeps returning because you are not alone. There is movement taking place behind the scenes that your physical eyes cannot yet fully recognize. Pieces are being arranged. Doors are being positioned. Conversations are happening. Opportunities are being prepared. What appears delayed is not forgotten. What appears blocked is not abandoned. What appears impossible is not beyond reach. Many times you asked for clarity. Many times you asked for direction. Many times you asked for a breakthrough. Now clarity is arriving, but it may not arrive in the way you expected. Sometimes clarity arrives as a repeated sign. Sometimes clarity arrives as a strong feeling that refuses to leave. Sometimes clarity arrives through a message that suddenly feels as though it was written specifically for you. This is one of those moments. The sign you keep seeing is not meant to create fear. It is meant to awaken confidence. It is meant to remind you that your story is still unfolding and that important chapters have not yet been written. Too often you focus on what went wrong. Too often you replay disappointments. Too often you measure your future using the pain of your past. The sign is calling you beyond that mindset. The sign is inviting you to see possibility again. The sign is inviting you to believe again. There is more ahead of you than behind you. There is more waiting for you than you have lost. There is more being prepared for you than you can currently imagine. Type Amen 333 if you are ready for a new beginning. Archangel Michael says, the battle within your thoughts has been one of the greatest challenges you have faced. Negative voices tried to convince you that nothing would change. Doubt tried to convince you that your best days were already gone. Those voices were never telling the truth. Your future has not expired. Your purpose has not disappeared. Your blessings have not been cancelled. The sign keeps appearing because it is time to stop agreeing with fear. Fear speaks loudly but rarely speaks accurately. Fear magnifies obstacles. Fear exaggerates delays. Fear hides possibilities. The sign is reminding you to listen to faith instead. Faith sees opportunities before they become visible. Faith sees solutions before they appear. Faith sees victory while others only see obstacles. You were not created to remain trapped inside endless cycles of hesitation. You were created to move forward. You were created to grow. You were created to rise. There is a door ahead of you that will not remain closed forever. There is a connection being restored. There is a breakthrough developing quietly beneath the surface. The timing is closer than you think. The answer is nearer than it appears. The shift has already begun. My child, some people around you may not understand the changes taking place within you. They remember an older version of you. They expect you to remain exactly as you were before. Yet transformation often surprises people. Growth often confuses observers. Progress often makes others uncomfortable. Do not allow their expectations to limit your future. The sign did not appear for them. The sign appeared for you. The message was directed toward your journey. The guidance was designed for your path. Type Amen 555 if you choose courage over fear. There are moments from your past that still try to hold power over your present. Certain memories continue to revisit your mind. Certain disappointments still attempt to define your identity. But your future is stronger than your past. Your purpose is greater than your mistakes. Your destiny is larger than your disappointments. You are entering a season where healing and progress will begin walking side by side. The wounds will not control the outcome. The setbacks will not write the final chapter. The delays will not determine the ending. Something beautiful is developing beyond your current view. Something significant is taking shape. Something remarkable is drawing near. The repeated sign was never an accident. It was preparation. It was confirmation. It was an invitation. An invitation to stop ignoring what your spirit already knows. An invitation to trust what has been placed inside your heart. An invitation to walk forward with renewed confidence. Many people wait for certainty before taking action. Yet growth often begins before certainty arrives. Movement often creates clarity. Faith often reveals what fear hides. My child, the next chapter requires trust. Not perfect understanding. Not complete visibility. Trust. Trust that every step forward matters. Trust that every lesson served a purpose. Trust that every delay carried hidden preparation. Trust that every challenge developed strength. The sign has appeared enough times now. Its message is becoming impossible to ignore. You are being called higher. You are being called forward. You are being called into something greater. Type Amen 777 if you believe something good is approaching. There is a reason this message found you today instead of yesterday. There is a reason these words are reaching you at this exact moment. Timing matters more than most people realize. The season ahead will reveal truths that were previously hidden. The season ahead will uncover opportunities that were previously unavailable. The season ahead will bring answers that once seemed distant. Remain open. Remain hopeful. Remain prepared. Do not become discouraged by temporary appearances. Seeds grow underground before they appear above the surface. Preparation often happens in places nobody can see. Breakthroughs often begin quietly. The same is true for what is happening in your life right now. Even now, things are shifting. Even now, circumstances are moving. Even now, possibilities are developing. What you cannot yet see is already being arranged. What you cannot yet touch is already moving closer. What you cannot yet understand is already unfolding. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. My beloved child, remember this message whenever doubt tries to return. Remember this message whenever fear attempts to take control. Remember this message whenever uncertainty begins speaking louder than hope. You have seen this sign before. You were not imagining it. You were not mistaken. You were being reminded. The reminder continues today. Do not ignore it again. Move forward with confidence. Move forward with expectation. Move forward with faith. The chapter ahead carries possibilities greater than anything fear has shown you. The chapter ahead contains blessings that have been moving toward you longer than you realize. The chapter ahead will reveal why the sign kept returning again and again. And when that moment arrives, you will understand that every reminder carried a purpose. Every delay carried preparation. Every sign carried direction. The journey is not ending. The journey is opening. The journey is beginning again in a powerful new way. Type Amen 999 if you are ready to receive what is meant for you. My child, as you continue walking forward, you will begin noticing that certain things no longer affect you the way they once did. Situations that used to steal your peace will gradually lose their power. People who once controlled your emotions will no longer determine the direction of your day. This change is not happening by accident. It is happening because you are growing. It is happening because you are becoming stronger. The sign you kept seeing was never only about an event. It was also about your transformation. It was showing you that you are not the same person you were a year ago. You have survived challenges that once seemed impossible. You have carried burdens that others knew nothing about. You have continued moving even when your strength felt limited. That resilience matters. That perseverance matters. That growth matters. Many blessings arrive quietly before they arrive visibly. They begin as small shifts in thinking. They begin as renewed confidence. They begin as unexpected peace appearing in the middle of uncertainty. You are entering such a season now. A season where peace becomes stronger than panic. A season where hope becomes stronger than doubt. A season where confidence becomes stronger than fear. Type Amen 1212 if you are stepping into this new season. My beloved child, there are moments coming that will remind you why you never gave up. There are victories ahead that will make certain past disappointments seem much smaller than they appear today. There are answers approaching that will help connect pieces you once thought would never fit together. Right now you may only see fragments. Right now you may only see portions. Right now you may only see possibilities. But soon the larger picture will begin revealing itself. The same hand that guided you through difficult seasons is guiding you now. The same strength that carried you through yesterday is carrying you today. The same wisdom that protected you before continues protecting you now. Nothing has changed about that. The sign appeared repeatedly because you needed to remember that you are supported even during seasons of uncertainty. Too many people assume that silence means nothing is happening. Too many people mistake waiting periods for abandoned periods. Neither is true. Important things are often developing during quiet seasons. Important changes are often forming beneath the surface. Important opportunities are often approaching without announcing themselves. This is why patience remains powerful. Patience protects perspective. Patience strengthens character. Patience creates room for preparation. There is something valuable about the season you are currently walking through. Even if you cannot fully understand it now, one day you will look back and recognize lessons that could not have been learned any other way. You are being prepared. You are being refined. You are being strengthened. And that preparation has purpose. Type Amen 1444 if you trust the process unfolding in your life. My child, there are dreams you placed on a shelf because disappointment convinced you they would never happen. There are goals you stopped talking about because too much time seemed to pass. There are hopes you quietly buried because protecting your heart felt easier than believing again. Yet some dreams refuse to disappear. Some hopes refuse to die. Some purposes refuse to fade. The reason they continue returning to your thoughts is because they still matter. The reason they continue stirring within your spirit is because their story is not finished. The reason they continue calling your attention is because possibility still exists. Do not underestimate what can happen in a short period of time. One opportunity can change direction. One conversation can create momentum. One decision can open a completely new chapter. Life can shift faster than fear wants you to believe. This is why the sign kept appearing. It was reminding you not to quit too soon. It was reminding you not to stop believing. It was reminding you not to walk away from your future. The road ahead may still contain challenges. Growth rarely happens without effort. Progress rarely happens without persistence. Yet you have already proven your ability to keep moving. You have already proven your ability to endure. You have already proven your ability to rise. Trust that strength. Trust that resilience. Trust that growth. Type Amen 1717 if you are refusing to give up. Archangel Michael says, there is a difference between delay and denial. Many times you interpreted a delay as a permanent answer when it was only temporary. Many times you assumed a closed door meant the journey was over when a better path was still being prepared. This understanding changes everything. When you stop viewing delays as defeats, your perspective begins to expand. When you stop viewing obstacles as endings, new possibilities become visible. When you stop allowing fear to interpret every situation, hope gains room to grow. The sign was teaching this lesson. Again and again it appeared. Again and again it reminded you. Again and again it invited you to look beyond appearances. The future is not limited by your current circumstances. The future is not restricted by recent disappointments. The future is not controlled by temporary setbacks. Your story is still moving forward. Your purpose is still unfolding. Your journey is still progressing. There are people you have not yet met who will positively influence your path. There are opportunities you have not yet seen that will create new possibilities. There are experiences waiting ahead that will remind you how much life can change. Remain expectant. Remain hopeful. Remain open. Something meaningful is approaching. Something important is developing. Something valuable is drawing near. Type Amen 2020 if you are ready to welcome new opportunities. My beloved child, remember that confidence does not mean having every answer. Confidence means continuing forward even when every answer has not yet appeared. Confidence means trusting the next step while the entire staircase remains hidden. That kind of confidence is growing within you now. The evidence may seem small today. The progress may seem gradual today. The changes may seem subtle today. Yet growth is taking place. Strength is increasing. Wisdom is expanding. The sign continues to serve as a reminder of this truth. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are not standing still. You are moving, even when movement feels slow. You are progressing, even when progress feels invisible. You are advancing,